Frankfort, Delaware here, and today I'm going to be doing a double feature review. I got two movies I'm reviewing. One, based on the recommendation by Herbert Masterframe, I'm going to be reviewing The Black Cat. The second one is Tales from the Darkside from 1990. And you're like, why are these movies connected? I'll tell you that later. I couldn't afford a black cat for this review, but I got a really cute black dog here, so he'll have to do. All right, let's get to the review. Black Cat is a fun 1980s movie. Has the 80s style, has that eerie, creepy way they made movies back in the day. And the director actually is someone I really respect. Now, in 1998, I was fortunate enough to go to a midnight screening of this movie called The Beyond, and that's where I fell in love with this guy. I'm like, holy cow, that was something I've never seen before. And after I watched it, I'm like, wow, that was really cool. Let me explore another one of his movies, and I saw Zombie. Now, that's when I really fell in love with this guy. This guy has such a unique style, and it was such a different zombie movie that I ever saw at the time. A shark and a zombie fight in it, if that just describes how badass it is. At the time, I was making this movie with Herbert, and it was called Victim, and we both starred in it. And I was doing, there was a scene where a guy had to get killed, and I literally stole the scene from Zombie because I loved it so much. I'm like, I want to recreate that scene. So I know I'm going off Black Cat, but I just want to describe the scene where a zombie is pulling a lady and there's this little piece of wood sticking out. It goes right into her eye. We mimicked that scene. Anyways, I just thought it was cool to reference that. Back to Black Cat. Out of all his movies, I think this is probably my least favorite that I've seen. It's fun, it has its moments, but it's also not the scariest, it's not the goriest. And with this type of director, although he has done comedies, he's done everything. He's a very talented director. But out of all his movies, I think this is my least favorite. The cat direction is amazing. Like, getting a cat to do this stuff, damn, that'd be hard. It's like keeping my legs maintained. It's kind of tough. So now, on to the second movie. Tales from the Darkside from 1990. Now, this is a horror anthology movie that has 3 stories and 1 wraparound story. So the first wraparound story starts out with Joey Lawrence's brother and Deborah Harry from Blondie and Videodrome. Now, it starts out with this kid that's pretty much in a cage, and he's trying to buy time, don't kill me yet, let me read you these cool stories. So the lady's like, all right, I'll listen. And then, so she's listening, and the first story stars Christian Slater, Julianne Moore, and Steve Buscemi. The cast is pretty incredible. But this story is actually my least favorite. I don't know why, I've just never got into it. There's some cool deaths, don't get me wrong. It has to do with mummies, etc., but it just never drew me in. But the second story, and this is why I'm doing these 2 movies together, is called The Cat from Hell. Now, The Cat from Hell is a freaking awesome little short. It's about this cat that has killed a bunch of people. So this old man hires a hitman, and this hitman's going in who's the guy? What am I going for? And the old man from Puppet Master, by the way. He's like, this cat is not something you can't mess with. You have to take it seriously. And the hitman is played by the guy from Scrooged, the first ghost, and famous singer. He plays an incredible hitman. I'm telling you, oh man, I'd hire that guy. So the old man leaves, and then it's time to take on this cat, and that's where stuff starts getting real. And this hitman truly realizes, ooh, this is not some normal cat. I'm in for it. So personally, that's why I feel like I brought these 2 movies together, because I feel like this is a way better cat, even though it's a 20 or 30 minute little short. I feel like it was way better than The Black Cat. So if you're gonna watch a killer cat movie, I say watch Tales from the Darkside and get your fix here. I mean, the end's insane, the blood effects, it's great. There's just such a beauty to practical effects. The last of the stories, and my favorite one, this one is called Lover's Vow. But this one gets me. It's his down in his luck artist who's at a bar one night, and he leaves, and he's walking down an alley with his buddy, and suddenly they meet a creature / gargoyle. I know, crazy, right? It gets better. And the gargoyle takes off this guy, and these effects are amazing. This gargoyle looks insane. It is beautiful practical effects. Have I told you guys how much I love practical effects yet? Gargoyle kills the friend, whatever. And then comes up to the main guy and he's like, hey, if you tell anyone about me, anyone, I will kill you. And the guy's like, I won't tell anyone, I won't tell you. You'll crush your heart. Slashes his chest open. Like, oh, he's got this scar. And Gargoyle suddenly disappears, right? So the guy's like distraught, he's hurt. He's trying to get home, he's in this alley, and then meets this beautiful lady, played by Rae Dawn Chong, beautiful Rae Dawn Chong from the 90s. They end up going back to his place, form a relationship, and the movie goes on. You're like, oh, this is cool. Like, kind of a really cool little love story. But, you know, he can't tell his secret. He cannot tell his secret. So he's holding it in. He's not telling her, like, you know, I saw this crazy monster that night. But he's an artist, so he's, like, drawing the monster constantly, like on notepads or like sculpting it, but he's always hiding it from her. Anyways, this is where I need to go to spoiler. I recommend if you haven't seen this movie, turn it off, turn my review off, watch the movie, and then come back. So we cut to like 10 years later. Because of this woman, he's become very successful. He got his life on track. He's got 2 beautiful kids. He's become an artist. But this thing, like this gargoyle that night, he just hasn't told anyone. And then, you know, he's like, dude, I need to tell the love of my life. Like, I need to tell her. So he tells her. And that's when you're like, oh, shit. She's the gargoyle. She's the freaking thing. Oh, my gosh. And, you know, and she's like, you promised you wouldn't tell. Like, it's like, oh, my gosh, dude, you had it all. And you just had to keep this secret, dude. And that's why this one just gets my heart every time. I love it. I think it's my favorite of the stories. That's why I think these last 2 stories in Tales from the Darkside are the best. They just, so beautiful. Anyways, those are my reviews. So I give The Black Cat 3 out of 5 pussies. And I give Tales from the Darkside 5 out of 5 scary tales. So definitely check these movies out, guys, and keep watching the channel. Thank you. Is that all I have to do? Am I good? Okay. Thank you. Thank you.